Alright gang, today we're going to be bakers of the British variety. To set up the Great British Baking Show game, which will just be called the British Baking Game or whatever. Alright, we're going to assemble the recipe holder. To do that, we're going to fold the sides in, and then we're going to tuck this centerpiece in so that these tabs lock together on each side, okay, like so, and then we're going to set it up where everybody can see it. Now the game comes with 6 different types of categories. We have pastry, dessert, bread, biscuits, cake, and finally international, and each category comes with 3 challenges. We have the signature, the technical, and the showstopper. As a group, players will choose one of these 6 categories with 3 of the challenges in each category, and they will place that category that they choose and place it on the recipe stand so that people can see it. Any unused categories will be returned to the box. They won't be used for the game. Now the game comes with 8 of these wild bake cards. As you can see, there's a rainbow pattern on the back side with the British Baking Show on it, and on the front side there are different ingredients for our cakes. We will place all 8 of these out where everybody can reach them. Next, we're going to take the recipe scoring tokens, which come in value 2, 5, and 7, and we're going to make a pile of them. I'm going to use this container that doesn't come in the game. You can do it however you want. Once you've made that pile, we're going to place it off to the side where at least one player can reach it for scoring later on. Alright, now the game comes with timer score tokens, and the amount of timer score tokens we use will depend on the player count. If we are playing with 4 players, we'll use the 1, 2, 3, and 5 value timer score tokens. We'll need 3 of these, 1 for each challenge in our game. Alright, if we are playing with 3 players, we'll use 1, 2, and 3. And if we are playing with 2 players, we'll only use 1 and 3. Like I said, we will need a number of these for each challenge, so that's 3. We will place these in a pile off to the side of the play area where somebody can reach them later on. Any unused ones will be placed to the box. They will not be used for the game. Next, each player will choose one of the 4 player colors, and they will take all the components for that player color. This consists of a bake deck, a bin token, which is double-sided. It's like a garbage pail lid on one side and then a bunch of ingredients on the other, and the baker worker bench. Alright, once each player has their player pieces, they will shuffle their bake deck and place it in their player area in front of them. And they want to make sure that they place their workbench to their left and they leave enough room for them to work on their right in front of them. Alright, this game's going to take up a lot of space on some of the challenges. Any unused player pieces will be returned to the box. They will not be used for the game. And normally you would select the first player in the game, but this game is simultaneous, so there is no first player. You are basically set up to play the Great British Baking Show game. Stay tuned for a rules explanation. Alright gang, today we're playing the Great British Baking Show game, which will just be called the British Baking Show or something from here on out. It's a long title. Jen will be joining us. Now, in order to play, we got to make our recipes here. There's 3 recipe cards per game. We will do them in order from our signature,
technical, and then your showstopper.
Your showstopper.
Just like the show.
Just like the show. Jen will be joining us in this game. 3 of these equal a game. Each card is 1 round. We have to build what it says. We got to start from the top, work our way up. We cannot touch. I'm sorry. We got to start from the bottom, work our way up. Every other piece of cake or pastry, whatever the hell you want to call it, it has to touch another one in order to be placed. If there is a ×3 symbol in the upper left here, that means we have to do this pattern 3 times. The first one to complete it will gain the highest time score here, the green one. And then if this red one appears, the other player has to stop immediately, and they can only finish their cake with what is in their discard piles here. We'll get to that in a second. If there are more than 2 players, there will be more of these green tokens, and whoever finishes second will collect the green token with the next highest score, and so on until you get to the red timer token. When everybody completes it, the judges will score, and depending on how well you've built your cake here will depend on your score. If you complete it just as it is, you get 2 points. If you get the Great Bake, which there is some caveat to the Great Bake, either no soggy or 1 rise or something like that, you'll get 5 points. And if you get the Hollywood Handshake, you'll get 7 points. To build our cake, we have several cards here in our bake pile. They're identical for every player. We have filling cards, which include spice, savory, fruit, and sweet cards. Then we have a help card, which will allow us to grab one of these. We have to play these right away. We cannot throw the help cards in the discard pile. They go off to the side of our player area for the round once we use them. All right, and these wild bait cards are also fillings. And then we have style, icing, and crumbs. Okay. Speaking of crumbs, there are 4 types, or there's actually 5 types of crumbs in the game, but 4 of them are interchangeable. We have the regular crumb, the good crumb, the soggy crumb, and the rising crumb. They can all be interchanged with the crumb symbol here. The fillings are the blue symbol. The icing, which is this guy here, is this symbol here. The style cards are sometimes optional, sometimes not. If we look at our recipe cards, the style will have this border around it, this dotted border around it, which means it is optional. Everything with a solid border on it is, you have to do it. Required. All right, getting back to that, the final bake is this rye here. The rye can only use in a rye symbol on the recipe cards. They cannot be used like normal crumbs, whereas the other 4 can be interchanged. All right, so basically what we were going to do is we were simultaneously going to be drawing cards from our bake deck and either place them out in our play area or in one of these 3 discard slots. If we place them in the discard slot, we can retrieve them later as long as they are the first one on top. We can grab them if they are slid underneath. And we could do that for any of the 3 discard piles. As I said, we will start baking, going from the bottom, working our way up. Every card we play has to touch another card in order for it to be legal. So I could place this card up here after I put this sponge down, or on the side of it like this. I could not place it all the way up here. And if at some point I decided I screwed up and want to do something again, I can use this bin token once per round, flipping it over and then pulling anything that I did not want to use off and put it in the discard pile, and then I can continue building my cake. Like I said, the first one to finish gets the higher of the timer points. The second one, or in my case the last one, will get the lowest, and then we will score with these tokens. Whoever has the most points at the end of the 3 rounds is the Great British Baking Champion. So, I will be playing with my wife, Jennifer. She shall be the yellow player. I shall be the green player. And there is no first player. This is simultaneous, like I said. So, we're going to shuffle and start. To start, one player will say, ready, set, bake. Right?
On your mark, get set, bake.
On your mark, get set, bake. Yeah, I'm not into theme.
You watch the show?
Sometimes. Yeah. All right, so, we going to start this John off, Jen?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so our first bake is the
I guess we should
signature bake.
Yes. All right.
We have to make 3 identical. Well, they don't have to be identical, but to get the Hollywood Handshake, you do.
Yeah.
So we have to make 3 macarons.
3 macarons, which needs a crumb, a filling, another crumb, and then a icing card. We do this 3 times, so we got to make this pattern 3 times. If we complete it 3 times, we get 2 points. If there's no soggy bottoms in any of the 3 macarons, we get 5 points. And for the Hollywood Handshake, they have to be identical, meaning the crumbs have to be the same, the filling and the icing has to be the same on all 3 patterns for the macaroon, which is our signature international recipe for now. You going to start off?
Yes. On your mark, get set, bake.
Okay. Oh, I want to put that one out.
I know, right?
The cats are killing each other. Told you. What you doing, Jen?
Apparently, nothing.
Nothing? Nada?
Done.
Son of a... And so am I, but I did finish. Well, technically I didn't. She grabbed it before I placed this. So what that means is before I grab this timer, because I'm the last one to go, but I can finish my pattern with any of the discard piles. So I would have probably placed it there or something and put it there and I'm finished. So now let's look at the score. We both completed, so we would both get 2 points regardless, but neither one of us used soggy bottoms. So we would both get 5 points. And then finally, they're identical. Or is yours identical? Jen's is identical. Mine is identical. They're both identical. We both get the Hollywood handshake. So Jen gets 7 points.
That's right.
Did I give you 2 tokens?
You did.
What's that one? 5. All right. And I get 7 points. All right.
Is that how it works, though?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I read the rules. I've actually done a video of the rules. It's just not editing. I think I'm going to do it all at once to save time because I'm not feeling well this week. All right. So that is the end of the round. We are tied so far. Well, Jen's winning with the timers, tokens. But what we will do now is we will shuffle all of our discarded pile and whatever we used together to make a new draw pile. If we use these help cards, we would have put them off to the side and draw one of these wild cards. It didn't happen this round, but regardless, you pull that back, you shuffle back in, and you create a new draw pile. And then we will grab another recipe card and do another recipe. And then we will do one more, and that'll be the end of the game. Whoever has the most points will win. All right, so let's see what the next one is.
It is our technical bake.
Our technical bake.
Charlotte Royale, which is a cake roll.
Charlotte Royale. Okay, it's a technical challenge, so we need this pattern here. Oh, it's like a Swiss roll, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's why I said it was a cake roll.
Oh, okay. But why is there only icing on 2 sides? I don't... All right, so...
Only icing on top. That's how you do it.
If we complete it, 5 points. With no soggy bottoms, 1 good crumb, sweet and fruit filling only, we'll get 5 points for the Great Bake. And if we have 2 good crumbs in there, we will get the Hollywood handshake. I'm going to hold it in my hand this time.
Yeah, that was weird that you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's not a rule about where you...
No, there's not.
Okay.
You ready?
On your mark, get set, bake.
Ooh. I'm going to throw the help and grab this, and then I'm going to grab this guy here and put it here. Got my bottom star, Jen. Did you get your bottom star?
Yeah.
What do we need? Sweet and fruit. Sweet and fruit, Jennifer. I need some crumbs. I got some fruit. Oh, I got a crumb. There we go. Got icing, and then let's see the crumb. I'll keep going. What is it? 3 there. Jed, since you're a baker, are you gonna whoop my ass in this game?
Yeah, I plan on it.
You plan on it? 3. Oh, I'll put that off the side. That one, 2. Up. Okay. I forgot to mention a rule, Jen.
What's that?
Well, that the cards are limited, and you cannot shuffle your discard pile.
This is true.
And I think I am done. Done.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That
All right, so you can
terrible. How did I do worse than you?
you can finish.
Not well. I guess with
You'll get a penalty, but
I don't want a soggy bottom.
actually you can't finish because you don't have enough. You can only do from the top of them, so you don't have enough to. All right, so I get the 3-pointer, which I already grabbed, I think. Yeah, Jen gets the 1-pointer for the timer, and then we shall score.
I never not score.
I know. So Jen did not complete. She gets nothing. I have no soggy bottoms. I have 1 good crumb. Sweeten. All right, so I got 2 crumbs. I get the Hollywood handshake. That is the end of the second round. Time to go into the third round. That really sucked for you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take all this, shuffle back in. I'm going to take that help card that I used previously, put off to the side, go to shuffle that back in. And then we are going to start the third and final round, which is the
Showstopper.
the showstopper, the opera cake. So what we need to do is have the crumb on the bottom, followed by icing, crumb, filling, crumb, icing, and then the optional is style. If we complete it, we get 2 points. If there are no soggy bottoms, 1 good crumb, and sweet fillings only, we get 5 points. And if there are 2 crumbs and style, which is optional, we get 7 points. The Hollywood handshake. Oh, I mixed a wild card in there. All right.
On your mark, get set, bake.
What's it better? Sweet.
I'm just talking to myself.
You just talking to yourself like you normally do.
I don't know who shuffled this card.
I don't know either. Oh, I need more filling. Yeah, there we go. I'll do that. We have to bury it. I'll do that. All right. I'm running out of discard piles, Dred.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I always keep 1 for just trash.
There we go. Oh, I screwed up the pattern. This would go here. I cheated, but I'm going to fix it. There you go. Is that right? No, I screwed up completely. I gotta use the bin. Shit. Alright. That's like this would go get this card. Alright. So I don't know if
Biscuit?
I wasn't paying attention. Alright, it's okay. I got enough, I think. Hopefully I got enough cards to finish it. Oh, but I buried shit. I don't have enough for the filling. Jet, what kind is it? Oh, since I don't have enough, I know I don't. I'm just going to do that.
We will be encroaching on each other.
Yeah, I'll slide down.
Yeah, I'm not taking time out.
Oh, I know you're not. You're ready to whoop my ass. I know how you are. You competitive. You done? All right. Yeah. I have. I cannot finish it. So I know that. So I get the 1 pointer. Jen, what did you? Let's see what your score is.
I got 2 good crumb and I got style, so I get the.
You get the handshake?
Hollywood handshake.
I get nada because I did not complete because I'm a stoner and wasn't paying attention and got the wrong pattern started. So that is the end of the technical. Is that what it is? Signature technical.
That was the showstopper.
That was the showstopper. That is the third and final recipe. So now we shall add up our points. So Jen, did you get the 7 chip?
I got the 7 chip.
All right. So I got 14. 18, 19.
I got 21 points.
21. So even though Jen didn't complete one, and she won, I'm surprised. So that was the British Baking Show. Stay tuned for our final thoughts.
So Barry, what did you think about this game?
What do I think about this game? Well, I thought it was just a cash grab. It turns out to be pretty thematical. It does kind of feel like the show. We've watched it, Jen, way more than I did, but we have watched this show. There is a game here. It's just well, I'll let Jen go first. Go ahead.
Well, I think that you might run out of the cards. There's only so many sets of cards.
The recipe cards. Yeah, there's 6 sets of these in the game.
Yeah, so it can get. I can see that it might get boring after a while, unless you find new people to play with.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of replayability with this after you get done this 6th one. I'm not sure. The rules didn't say if you can mix up, like take one signature from one category or whatnot.
I mean, I'm sure you could.
I'm sure you could mix it up that way.
Yeah.
If you want to get a little more pizzazz in the
That
game.
would be the, like the final champion round.
Champion, yeah.
I forget what it's called. These little cards are a pain in the butt to shuffle.
Yeah.
But I get the size, you need it.
Yeah, if not, it would be
recipe,
huge.
yeah.
So. But they could have used the standard. You remember, like Arkham Horror, where they had the small ones?
Yeah.
They could have used that. I mean, they're a little bigger, but a little easier to shuffle. These are horrible to shuffle.
I mean, I just kind of spread them around on the table to shuffle.
Yeah, that's what Jen does.
Because it just is.
I agree. These are hard, especially with my hands that don't work at the time. These are horrible to shuffle. Other than that, the components are pretty good. I mean,
there is a stand for the recipe card, so it's a little easier when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for videoing the game.
Yeah, it's pretty. You fold
recipe stand.
You fold it down and insert the tabs and the tabs and the tabs. There we go, and then it'll hold it. We just didn't use it because of the camera angle, Yeah. So the components are cool. It is thematic.
Yeah.
And it is a decent game. Like Jen said, though, the replayability isn't there. After you're going to play more than one game in a sitting, usually 2, maybe 3. The box says 20 minutes. That's probably about right.
Yeah.
So you're going to play 2 or 3 of these in a sitting. After 2 or 3 sittings, you're done the game.
But if you like the Great British Baking Show and you like board games, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I like both. I like the game.
You do. She does. She likes the game and the show. I forget the age. I'm pretty sure young kids could grab onto this. It's not hard. You're just making patterns, and then explain how the point system works to them. I think it was 10. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's probably on the lid.
Yeah. The rule book was decent. It's a simple game, so you can't really mess up the rule book too bad on this. The gameplay itself, like I said, it's a good filler. It's nothing heavy. 2 or 3 of these in an hour, And other than the cards being small for my, bad hands. Well, Jen doesn't like them either. For the shuffling, which...
Yeah, I mean, for the playing, I'm fine with them, but just the shuffling is,
Yeah, it's tough shuffling. So what do you think about the actual recipe cards themselves? We've seen most of them. I think we played through all of them. I'm not 100%. I forget.
We played most of them, not all of them. But they're actual desserts. I work in a bakery. I'm a bakery manager. Who was a cake decorator. So I enjoy, the different recipes.
Yeah, and they get a little harder. We mix them up a little bit. They get a little harder, as the different categories go by. Mm-hmm. I think the hardest one was at, not the International. This one here.
The biscuits.
Yeah, the biscuits.
Yeah, they have
just because the
biscuits,
patterns
cakes,
are so.
Desserts. Bread. Bread and biscuits are the only ones where you get the rye.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want to have rye in cakes usually.
No.
Or pastries. So yeah, they're get a little more challenging as the recipes progress. Again, after the 6th one, you're done with the game pretty much. It wasn't that expensive, so it's not like some of these games where you're spending $50 on a game that lasts 6 rounds. This was, I think, under 30 or 20. I can't remember. We bought it a while ago.
Barry probably just bought it because I like the show. Yeah,
pretty much. I'm very picky on games I usually buy now, but this is something I thought she would be interested in. I do like that the patterns get progressively harder. It's a simple game and not much replayability. While it is a money grab, it is a pretty decent money grab. I've seen others that are horrible with just throwing the IP on. This at least makes sense to this show. The scoring's pretty interesting. You know, if you complete, you're always going to get 2 points. Depending on how you build it, you'll get 5 points, and then if you make a perfect, you'll get the Hollywood handshake. Which,
if you watch the show, that's very difficult to get.
Yeah, if you watch the show, it's very difficult to get. I forget his name. What is it? Paul Hollywood. Yeah, is one of the hosts, judges. Yeah. So
Paul and Prue.
Apparently, you know, the Hollywood handshake is important to people on the show.
Yeah, it means your bake was excellent.
Your bake was excellent. The timer thing, I like that you at least get 1 point if you don't finish your cake with the timers. We haven't played it with more than 2 players, so I don't know how it would work with different people. I don't see it affecting it that much, other than who gets the higher points. You know, there's not a lot of player interaction in this, other than who gets the first timer point, second timer point, or you know. So it's a pretty solitary game. You're just racing each other.
Gotta make sure you have room because our bakes were kind of overlapping a little bit there.
Yeah.
But we can move.
Yeah, part of it was the camera setup. When you're playing at home, you want to worry about all that. It does take up a good bit of room, especially there's some of them with the 3 times, like this one. This will take up basically 6 slots on your board. You know.
But like this is 7 high.
Yeah.
So that can take up some space.
So it will take up a good deal of space. So we'll be staying in our collection, Jennifer?
Yes. It'll go on the Jen shelf, but...
Yeah, Jen has her own shelf. So if this is something you're interested in now, check it out on Board Game Geek or Ravensburg. I believe you did this one, right? Yeah, Ravensburg. They have information on their website. You can pick it up at your local game store or on the internet. And that's pretty much it, right? Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Get gaming. Have fun. Gibby and Jen out.
The goofball.